Good morning. Welcome to this channel here. I need to trim my mustache part there. It's hanging over my lip. But welcome to the channel. Great cloudy day. I'm Gray Cloud, sage of the eternal moment. Oh, a little chilly this morning, but I'm in my room. You can tell. And there's the pictures. They're holding up. They're staying up there. The tape's holding up there for a minute, so that's pretty good. But this morning, I'm sitting here doing my normal. I've read the two different devotionals to myself, and then I even looked up scripture. I'm starting to do that again, like for myself. Like, it varies, some days I don't look it up right away or nothing, but it helps to put things in context. So here I am, and I was debating on which one to share, but they're both really good, of course, and they both kind of, like I said, both books, whatever day you're on, kind of correlates with the other book. So, but I think I'm going to share, what I'm going to go with this morning is Jesus Calling. And if I do a live, I might read the Jesus Always in a live stream, or we may see a video before the end of the day where I share that also. But let's get into this. Let me see if I can read it without the glasses, because if I can, that's what I prefer to do, because I really don't have prescription glasses. These are just store-bought glasses, and that can ruin your eyes if you're using them too much. November 29th. Shut up, Gray Cloud, and start reading. Let me infuse my peace into your innermost being as you sit quietly in the light of my presence. You can sense peace growing within you. This is not something that you accomplish through self-discipline and willpower. It is opening yourself to receive my blessings. My blessing. In this age of independence, people find it hard to acknowledge their neediness. However, I have taken you along a path that has highlighted your need for me, placing you in situations where your strengths were irrelevant and your weaknesses were glaringly evident. Through the arity of those desert marches, I have drawn you closer and closer to myself. You have discovered flowers of peace blossoming in the most desolate places. You have learned to thank me for hard times and difficult journeys, trusting that through them I accomplish my best work. You have realized that needing me is the key to knowing me intimately, which is the gift above all gifts. Oh. The reference scriptures here for this reading are John 14, verse 27, Isaiah 58, verse 11, and Isaiah 40, verse 11. I see a pattern here. I notice numbers. People might think that's hocus pocus or whatever, but there is something to numbers. Numbers tell us things. And as far as we know, it's kind of like the scientific language of the universe, where like you can break like everything a lot the physical matter is broke down into equations through math and all that kind of crap. But anyway, not that it's crap if anybody's out there a math nerd or anything. So, I don't know a lot about math, but I do know numbers have meaning and significance, especially when you see certain numbers. But anyway, I just found it interesting. I just now really noticed it to be, 58 from Isaiah, both from Isaiah, and then both are in the verse 11. So, but before we end this video, one thing that stuck out to me is this, where he's wanting you, it's expressing your need to need him, or need the spirit, to need guidance, to need something higher than yourself, to maintain, but this is not something that you accomplish through self-discipline and willpower. It is opening yourself to receive my blessings, or my blessing. And for me, that resonates loudly, because here we are again, now, I've done pretty well over the past few years with my drinking and everything, and but we know what happened a few months ago. Back in September, I fell off, and I stayed hard at it. And I don't want to keep beating a dead horse talking about this stuff too much, but it is part of my life, and I just know that when I am maintaining and keeping a good, healthy routine in my daily life, and that means getting up, doing my readings to myself, deciding what to make for videos, deciding whether I'm going to do a live stream, doing chores around the trailer throughout the day while I'm kind of figuring those things out. And then like yesterday, I got my paycheck, and I did a lot of stuff yesterday. I still got things I need to do, but for the most part, hey, clothes are washed. I've got most of them put up. I'm going to finish that up today. And, I'm going to try to rely on what guides me and what has helped me through, because I realize it isn't Gray Cloud by himself doing any of this. It isn't me. Like, I myself, by myself alone, cannot stay sober. So it's only through the power of the Big Kahuna. So whether someone's approaching it through a 12-step and going to meetings all the time or not, it still boils down to a spiritual thing. It's like, the only reason I brought that up is because I'm currently have been at any meetings, but I know and have been in the 12 steps and know it. Like, I've got the big book here. Like, I just found it the other day, and I'm going to start reading it again. Like, whether I can get to a meeting or not, I know what to do. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I know what works, and I know what to do. And if I immerse myself in those type of things, it helps me. And it helps me deal with my daily life in general, like even when I've been actively using and stuff in the middle of like some hardcore times, things that I've learned along the way through being in a program several times in my life and actually taking it serious, So there's things that have sunk in. It's just like a lot of other stuff that I've absorbed over the years, like spiritually in general. Like sometimes I didn't realize that those things sunk in as well as they did till after the fact, till I found myself in another situation somewhere where I chose to do something that I knew was not like cool for myself, but yet I kept hitting my head against the wall, what is it they want? And it seems cliche, but cliches are cliche because they make sense, but insanity, being insane means that I keep insisting that this is this way when it's never that way. Like, I know how it's going to end up, but yet I keep headbutting myself into the wall. Like, oh, look, no, we're going to do it again. Oh, no, let's do it again. Boom, it takes effort sometimes to get things to a point where, because it's kind of like the 5 agreements, and the 4th being always do your best. When you break an agreement, make that agreement again and try to stick to it. Every day it changes. Do my best every day. And some days it's not going to be as good as the others. But if I put forth the best effort I could that day and did well with my time, I could at least at the end of the day maybe rest a little better. Even if I'm not sleeping that well, like I feel like at the end of the day, when I've accomplished a few things that I have in my head or on a list, I'm going to start making a list and saying, okay, this is what I want to try to get done today. And if I just get these couple of things done at the end of the day, that'll be fine. But if I get it all done today, oh, that'll be great. You know, like not put too much pressure on myself, but have one or two things that I know. Hey, let me see if I can get to the end of the day and say I did that. I got it out of the way. It's done. You know, procrastination's it's a bad demon. It's one of the ones that really gets me sometimes. So let's end it here. Went on longer than I anticipated, but I'm going to trim that hair there on the lip. Until next time, Mr. Gray Cloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment. The moment we have right here. I wish all of you well, and ditto means I love you guys.